Hi Scorpio, I hope you guys are doing great today. Welcome to your general reading for July 8th through the 14th. I did link in the description box below the astrology for this week for those of you interested. I go into a pretty extensive explanation of what Chiron being retrograde from July 11th to December 15th is going to mean for us. That's 157 days of healing that's going to be going on. So we're going to pull a Celtic cross spread. I'm going to connect it to relationship, career, family connection, whatever comes up. We'll pull some qualifiers as well, get a final advice card, and then I'm going to do some oracles after the Celtic cross spread for relationship only. Okay, Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Guys, remember these are general messages. Please don't try to make it fit if they don't. Definitely at least check your rising sign. Moon sign too. Moon sign is emotions, right? Hierophant. Okay, Scorpio, the Hierophant reverse can mean divorce for those of you with relationship here in your heart. Okay. The world is waiting for you. Okay. Okay. So let's throw some astro dice. Get that. This is what we need to focus on. Okay. We got you guys. We got Virgo here. I'm sorry. And Scorpio. We got Virgo here, we have Mars, and we have the 6th house. Okay, so the 6th house is ruled by, the landlord is Virgo, and the ruler is Mercury, and this has to do with our health and our day-to-day. It has to do with what we do day-to-day, and it's also our day-to-day work environment. So those of you here with career on your heart, I do see there being some new initiative, fresh initiative, some sort of new perspective, some movement having to do with you every day, because then we have Mars, and Mars is the ruler of Aries, and this indicates that it's time to really lean into conflict and figure out what's wrong with this picture having to do with something in your life right now. So we could connect this to career, because this does have to do with day-to-day work environment. But again, it also has to do with our health, and it also has to do with just our day-to-day expression and what we engage with on a day-to-day. And the Mars dice here is asking us to lean into the conflict and figure out, where is there imbalance? Where is what's wrong with the picture? And just remember that anger is a normal response to transgressions. You have to work with the facts towards righteousness rather than the need to win. You know, really dealing with the facts of a situation, not feeling like you need to actually win, having to do with that work situation, having to do with that relationship on the day-to-day, having to do with, standing very firmly footed in some sort of health situation that's going on. You're really being called to be very analytical and very pragmatic in your approach, right? With the Virgo energy, it's very important that you are very pragmatic and critical, not only of your actions but of those around you, but in a way where there's honesty, right? Because Virgo is ruled by Mercury. Mercury is about communication, but it's reality, it's fact. It's, and really being very clear on the reality of what's gone on in a situation when you're assessing and leaning into any area of conflict in your life right now. It's very important that you be very honest and realistic about the reality of a situation. But there is this need to look at an area of conflict that impacts you on the day-to-day. What's going on that's impacting your emotional health, your physical health, your work environment, your day-to-day relationships. Saturn. Yeah, listen, Saturn's not easy. Saturn's a very benefic energy in that even though he brings huge lessons and all of that, it's, we need to understand that Saturn is about restriction and karma and structure and, time and delay. There's also delay indicated, with Saturn. But this is about really needing to put the work into something that's out of whack in your life right now, Scorpio. Needing to put something back in its place, yeah. All right, so let's look at what's going on here. We have the devil energy coming into this. So the devil, and by the way, when I say the past energy coming into this, could have been yesterday, last week, last month, last year, right? Tarot understands your energy. It doesn't understand man-made time. So the devil energy is any area of imbalance in your life. So this could have to do with addiction, any area of imbalance, because isn't that what addiction is anyway, right? So this could indicate problems with alcohol, drugs, unhealthy thinking, egotism, lust, greed, anxiety and depression untreated, fear of abandonment, fear of commitment. Wherever the imbalance can happen, there was definitely some sort of imbalance that ended up impacting this relationship, that ended impacting this career, where there was just this unhealthy energy. And the thing, again, this could even be an imbalance in how money is handled, gambling, anything that would end up impacting the reality of how a relationship is playing out, the reality of how a job is playing out, right? This imbalance of behavior. Now, the situation right now, the Hierophant in relationship normally does indicate marriage, and in the reverse, it could certainly indicate divorce, separation, or anything like that. This also has to do, on a more general level, this has to do with a revisiting of a belief system, a revisiting of how you've been thinking about life, how you've been thinking about career, how you've been thinking about relationship, marriage, if you're in that space, and needing to look at things differently than you've been looking at them. Needing to change perspective, or you being pushed to change perspective. There's this inciting of needing to heal something here. And we have the Three of Swords. So this can indicate, obviously, third-party situation is the standard understanding of this energy, where there's a third party involved here, whether it's on your end, whether it's on their end, it doesn't really matter if it has to do with a relationship. But this could also be a betrayal in the workspace. Because remember, the Three of Swords is Saturn in Libra, and Libra rules the 7th house. And it's the 7th house of relationships, but not only intimate relationships, it's marital relationships, but it's also business partnerships and anyone that we have a shared soul intention with. So that could even be employees, employers, colleagues, a very close family connection, a very close friend, where again, when we have that shared soul intention, right? That is that 7th house energy, but there being this Saturnian energy that you're being made to deal with here, right? Because it's Saturn in Libra. So there's betrayal and there's bitterness because of it. So whether you incited it, whether you're feeling it because of somebody else, it doesn't really matter. It's like that is the energy right now in this situation, right? This pain. Somebody being, if it's not their party, somebody grossly irresponsible with money, somebody throwing you under the bus, having to do with a family connection, there being betrayal in that way, anything like that. Now, your crowning energy, though, is the Four of Wands. And the Four of Wands is just a desire here, really. Venus in Aries is, Aries is a new perspective. So it's like you want this new start. You kind of want this start over. And it's Venus in Aries is a fresh perspective, a new path. And we call this the honeymoon card too. It's because it's about really establishing a new firm foundation, So, Scorpio, for many of you, it can be this painful situation that you're dealing with, but still you would love the opportunity. For some of you, please don't make this fit. This is what I'm getting for some of you. You would really like this opportunity to kind of just press the start over button, the do-over, not even a do-over, actually update whatever it was, the opportunity to make something healthy again so that you can have this fresh path with this person, right? For others of you, it's letting it go, understanding that it's over as it was. There's a lot of pain involved here, and you being very focused on finding a new firm foundation for yourself, but not being able to have that happen just yet, right? We have the sun reverse. Sun is still a very benefic energy, even in the reverse, right? And what is the sun? Right? The sun is what illuminates and gives nutrients to the land in order to cultivate growth. Right? It allows growth. It gives us the tools that we need to grow something. It doesn't, as I always say, the sun doesn't shoot down fully grown trees and flowers already, right? It gives us the warmth and the cultivate and the ability to cultivate what we need. Right? We have to do the work. But it gives us what we need. And the sun reverse is saying the sun is still giving us what we need, but there's a delay here. And the delay is something is in the way of being able to move forward in the ability to cultivate something into existence. So it is this idea of this delay. Now, for some of you, this could be a delay in your ability to actually move forward in the way that you know you need to, right? Because there's healing that's going on here. And you really want to bring yourself a firm foundation. You want to bring yourself this healing. You know you need to. It's inevitable. It's, you know it's part of your journey. But you're just not ready to completely energetically let something go in order for that growth to happen, okay? That's going to resonate with some of you. If it has to do with relationship, because I am getting it in two ways with relationship. Others of you, I do feel like if this didn't have to do with a third party, even though you guys are, but there's this unbelievable misunderstanding, the relationship is falling apart because of this devil energy, there is a strong desire to still try to salvage the relationship and have this firm foundation, but you're not going to be able to do it yet. There is this delay. This has nothing to do with relationship and it has to do with career. This indicates to me that you were dealing with some nasty energy at work. There was a lot of imbalance, okay? The connection to that job, to that business partner, whatever it was, that project, whatever it was, needed to be cut off. It needed to end, put you in a space of you rethinking the process, you rethinking everything. Right? Because there was some sort of betrayal, at least what you perceive to be betrayal. Maybe you got fired and you know that you didn't really need to get fired. You were made to work differently when you didn't want to, when you know that there could have been another alternative route. Somebody else was giving you a position instead of you, or so there was something going on where you ended up feeling betrayed, and there ended up being this Saturnian vibe where there was this challenge that you needed to deal with, and you're very focused on creating a firm foundation for yourself, but you can't. There's a delay, and the delay could be because of COVID. Can be because of COVID, of course. Or it doesn't have to have anything to do with COVID. It could just be that you're still working through and trying to figure out what your next step is, Because right now you are in the Eight of Coins energy, so this is the Sun in Virgo energy. So the Sun is here again, for you right now, Scorpio, and Sun is here for you. Right? And trying to get you to build in that Virgo energy. It's a sun in Virgo, right? So Virgo is about pentacle energy. It's about communication. It's about, from a very pragmatic perspective, making something work for yourself. Very pragmatic perspective. And that's where you are. I feel like you're going through a painful time and you're trying to stick with reality the best you can and figure out how you can bring yourself the money that you need, how to, take from Peter to pay Paul kind of energy, right? But you feel like, okay, I'm just going to focus on moving myself forward. I know I need to do that. If something fell apart having to do with career, if something fell apart in relationship, you're saying, okay, it is what it is. It is what it is. I know right now I'm not going to be able to fix anything today. So I'm just going to focus on very pragmatically, very Virgo, very hermit, looking at the reality of the here and now. What can I do right now today to just work on moving myself forward? Being very, very focused on that, okay? Very focused on that. Now, the energy external to you, come on now. How positive is this? It's the world. The world is the energy that's surrounding you, that's impacting you. Now, I do want to mention that the world is Saturn energy. It's connected to Saturn in astrology, the world. It's about really needing to put the hard work into something in a different way. But the opportunity is there for you to jump on it. This is beautiful. I mean, really, arguably the most positive card. I mean, it's this and the sun, right? And it's this and the sun. You get them both here. Even though the sun is reversed, it doesn't matter because it's still here for you to take advantage of. You have some really good energy surrounding you right now, Scorpio. You have to really figure out exactly what is it that's getting in your way and what's the best way for you to utilize this energy. Because I do see very positive outside energies coming in. Now, for some of you, this can indicate meeting somebody new. For others of you, this can indicate a new job opportunity. For others of you, it's just going to be feeling the vibe of there being other and more out there. And you know that, and it's swimming around you. It's swimming around you. But your fear here is making that decision. Because this is your fear. And the Lover's energy, it's a Gemini energy. So you may be dealing with a Gemini. But the Lover's card is needing to make a decision about that relationship. Needing to make that decision about that project, that business connection. Whatever it is. You need to make the decision. And this is the thing. It's not about just making the decision. But this is your fear. So your fear is understanding that the foundation in something is very challenged. And that it's going to take two people involved here, or a group of people, depending on your situation, to be on the same page to fix the fissures in the foundation of what is. Because if you know tarot and you know the traditional Rider-Waite, the Lover's energy has clouds between them, right? With Archangel Raphael and then the luminary of the sun behind them. So it's like the blessing of Archangel Raphael in trying to fix something, in trying to make something work, right? But you have to make that decision first. So you have a lot of fear surrounding, if this has to do with a relationship, you have a lot of fear in making a decision one way or another, whether getting back with them or making the decision to leave them. And if it is to be salvaged, is it even possible at this point because of everything that's gone on, for many of you. For others of you, it's making that solid decision to let that project go, let that career go, let that position go, just let it go. Having a hard time coming to terms with that. With both ends of it. Having a hard time saying, yes, I need to let it go. And if you're saying, yes, I'm going to work on it, being afraid of what that even means. Is everybody going to show up in the way that they need to show up? And fearing that. It's a very mental energy more than anything right there. But then we have the outcome card here, which is judgment. This is a Pluto energy. This is Pluto, it's all about transformation, and Pluto's your ruler. So there's a lot of change. There's an ending and a simultaneous new beginning that has to happen here. But what I like about this, though, Scorpio, but you just need to be super, super honest with yourself. Super honest. Going back to the Virgo die here that we got. You really want to be very, very honest with yourself in this energy, because this is telling me that you honestly you're reflecting on your position in that job, your role in that relationship, whatever kind of relationship it is, intimate, marriage, friendship, whatever it is, and you saying to yourself, I know I did the best I knew how inside of whatever I was in to the best of my ability at that time. And you forgiving yourself, and you allowing the transformation, and you allowing that. And understanding that everybody that you were involved with did that as well, even if they hurt you. Because this is about forgiving for you, forgiving for yourself, to allow transformation, to allow for healing, to allow for yourself, your own soul, to experience a new beginning. Because if you don't, you're going to be stuck. You're going to be stuck in this mud of the past, right? Again, definitely check out that Chiron retrograde video if you have time that I made, just because this is speaking so directly to me about this. If you're resonating with this, on any level, whether it's relationship or career. Now, the near future energy, we have the Five of Coins. So the near future is this very psychological space of lack. You need to understand this, Scorpio. This doesn't mean it's real. You're going to feel less support than you actually have. Okay? This is a very psychological energy. Feeling disconnected, feeling not supported, feeling like you don't have what you need. You're going to feel like you don't have what you need, but you actually have more than you realize. So, if you're feeling this, it's very important that you stop and look around you and you recognize where is there additional support that you can tap into, that you need. Again, going back to the traditional Rider-Waite, I don't mean to do that, but I feel like that helps a lot of you guys when I do that, because it's the most popular and known deck. You typically see the couple passing in front of the stained glass window in front of the church. One person is on a crutch, the other person looks hunched over and very cold. They clearly look hungry and in a space of lack, but they're passing what seems to be a church, right? Not recognizing that all they have to do is go in the open door of the church and get warm and probably get a free meal and get whatever help they need. It's right there. But they're so focused on their coldness and they're so focused on their injury that they're not able to recognize the additional support around them. So, this is an energy where it's like you could be surrounded by so many friends and families and even people who are interested in getting involved with you. But if your heart is still tied up with somebody else and your energy is still tied up with somebody else, it's very hard to appreciate those supporting energies. Same thing with as far as money goes. You have people coming in, maybe if you're in a space of needing money, where they're willing to lend you money, which is great for the moment, but at the end of the day, you're still like in the space of lack, knowing that has to be paid back, and it's not what you want for yourself. You want to be able to provide for yourself and to have for yourself, right? So it's just things, there might be support there, but it might not be the type that you really want to acknowledge, because it's really not ultimately what your soul really wants right now. And that's where the challenge is going to be, in the letting go of something, right? But because you have the world surrounding you, you do have the world surrounding you, and you do have the sun, even though it's in the reverse. You have the most positive cards in the deck. There is good energy here for you to tap into if you make the decision to. It's going to be all about that, making the decision to. Let's pull a card of advice from the Rebel Oracle. Let's see what comes up for our Scorpio friends. Relax the hold of darkness and be a cause. Wow, okay. All right, good. I like this energy for you. This is a moment in your life that's going to require great courage. It really is. But you have to leap from a space that you're comfortable with, that's familiar to you, that you know. And you have to take a leap. And other people in your life might think you're crazy for doing so, but you have to leave behind the weighty grip of hesitation or procrastination or second guessing. And believe that you have what it takes to bring yourself to this next level. But you have to believe it first. But you're going to have to shift gears here. You're really going to have to shift gears from where you are right now, and really free yourself from this dark hold, right? That I feel like has a grip on you right now, And this is really about allowing yourself to breathe fresh air into a part of your life that needs paying attention to, allowing yourself to open up, and not worrying what other people think. You can't worry about what other people think. This is about you really getting in touch with this next space in your life. What do you really want? Getting in touch with that. You just have to trust this. But really first within yourself. It's about going deep within. And not letting the darkness of this time period that you may be feeling, for those of you resonating with this, to define this next chapter that you're stepping into. Don't allow it to have so much power. And really try your very best to get to the root of it, to the root of why why the darkness is. If it's that relationship that won't work out, really understand, learn from why didn't it work out, take those lessons and move on. Why didn't this career work out, this job work out? Is it because of COVID? Was this a blessing in disguise? Are you meant to be doing something else? Do you feel an echoing calling you in a different direction? I mean, because honestly, this is like, don't listen to other people. If other people think you're crazy for doing something, just as long as you're being honest and true to yourself. I mean, if you were entrenched in a very long relationship and you meet somebody and you marry them after 2 weeks, that might be something that you might, people having something to say because they love you and they see what you're doing, reactive of something, that's one thing. But I'm not really getting that kind of energy here. I'm not. But that's what I have for you guys, okay, for the Celtic Cross spread. Now we're going to pull some additional relationship energies for those of you interested in more info on that. If you were here only for relationship, guys, I wish you the best of luck. Go after it. Don't allow yourself to stay in the dark space. You have a lot of beautiful energy supporting you, and best of luck. I'll see you guys next time. The rest of us, we're going to be pulling some cards for relationship. All right, so we'll pull the Shadowscape Tarot after we pull the Island Time Wellness and the Heart Oracle. Let's start the Love Oracle, rather. Let's pull the Love Oracle first. Honeymoon. Deception. Express your love. Wedding. Wow. Okay. Scorpio, I'm feeling that a lot of you are very very in between things. Be resonating with this emotionally. Let's see what the emotions say, because the emotion is here. We have love call. We have soulmates. We have twin flames. Heartbroken. Okay. Ace of Cups. Brand new beginning. Six of Pentacles. Feeling supported. Eight of Swords. One more. The Chariot. Nice. Moving away from the toxicity to something healthier. Moving towards that Cancer energy. We like that. All right, so we have a honeymoon. Enjoy the bliss of the holiday time together. So let's read the cards and then we'll connect them together. And we have deception. Someone is wearing a false mask in this relationship. Express your love. Go ahead and make the romantic gesture. Wedding. This situation involves marriage. So we have love call. Someone expresses love, a message of love, thinking of you and letting you know. This could be you calling somebody, somebody calling you. We have soulmates, soul connection, partnership agreement, soul contract. We have twin flames, yin yang, coupling, complement each other, union balance. Then we have heartbroken, deeply hurt, sad, separation, breakup, feeling lost, grieving, and mourning. Okay, we have Ace of Cups, which indicates a brand new beginning in love. Okay, brand new offering of love. Now, Ace is a brand new beginning, so this could be if you guys have been broken up for a while. I always do connect the Ace to that, rather than the Page, because if you're approaching the relationship with a whole new set of circumstances and a whole new set, a whole new set of eyes, then it's an Ace energy. It's a brand new offering. Okay. Six of Pentacles is having each other's back. I have your back, you have mine, right? If somebody, if your partner needs money, you give it to them. If they need money, you give it to you. If they need somebody there for them to talk to, whatever, same thing, back and forth. Beautiful reciprocal kind of energy. Really nice. I like it. right? And then we have the Eight of Swords energy. So Jupiter and Gemini, you're very trapped in your own mind though here. You're very trapped. You're very trapped in the reality of a situation in your own mind. So what I feel here, Scorpio, for many of you is, I feel, okay, I'm getting two things here. So let me just say the first one quick before it like leaves. I feel like there's two energies here, and there's an energy that you really don't want to let go of, but you're realizing that you need to let go of them because it just can't work, even though you feel like you're supposed to be with that person, but you are making yourself really push forward. This Jupiter and Gemini energy, Jupiter expands whatever it's in. It's in Gemini. It's not and Gemini, it's in. Gemini is all about that Mercury energy, that communication. So it's this expansion of communication, and it's some communication that came in that is whirling your head all over the place, and you're trying to figure out what you can even do with it and how you can possibly end up making yourself, bringing yourself into a space of luck and expansion, bringing yourself into that, the positive element of the Jupiter space, but being very trapped in your thoughts. You're very, very trapped in your thoughts because of some communication that came in. But then at the same time, we have the Chariot energy, and the Chariot is all about getting on that chariot and moving away from something toxic towards something that's meant for you, towards that metaphorical home space, because Chariot is attached to Cancer. Cancer is that fourth house energy of home, of safety, of Luna, of mother, you know, that again, that metaphorical home space. So I am getting that for many of you, where you're trying very hard to very much put yourself into this other connection. But I feel, Scorpio, I kind of feel like you're jumping into something. I do, just because we have bookending, we have honeymoon and wedding, but then it says expression of go ahead, make the romantic gesture, but then somebody's wearing a false mask. Scorpio, I'm feeling like you might be, if this is a new connection where your heart is still not healed from the previous connection, but you're trying to throw yourself into something and move something really, really quickly forward, getting on that chariot, leaving what you know is toxic, but yet your energy is still connected to this other person, but yet you still feel very trapped in the connection of their energy. Even though this is a really good person, I feel like, I do feel like that is a good connection. So that is how I'm getting it for many of you. For others of you, if you guys were not together and you've been broken up, somebody calls you, you guys realize I love you, with soulmates, with twin flames. I've been so heartbroken since the separation, and somebody's like, all right, let's move it to the next level. Let's get married. You know, let's have our honeymoon, whatever. Right? But I feel like, I can't help but feel like there is something, somebody is not being their true, authentic self in this. There's something, there's a thorn in this. There's a thorn. These two are thorns for me. These two are thorns. I hope this is making sense to you, because it's very clear to me that there's this desire to move it forward. Now, quite honestly, even if it's with the same person, if it's that Three of Swords energy that's still an issue, this is going to be an issue in this relationship moving forward. I just feel like so much happened with this painful energy that's here, this person. And you just know that you have to move forward. You have to, and you are really giving it a good college go. You really want to give this person a chance. And Scorpio, I do feel like you're the one wearing the mask. I do. This is a general message, though. You may not be resonating with that, or you may not be 100% honest with yourself. That's no shade on you. We're all like that sometimes. We don't want to look at an ugly part of ourselves, for goodness sake. But yeah, that is what I'm getting. I'm sorry for the delay or any trepidation in my speaking. I'm just I'm seeing what else I get here. But it keeps coming back to the same thing, to the same thing, to the same thing. So some of you may be really dealing with this energy that you're needing to let go of. And a lot, I feel like some of you may be contacting somebody that you used to be with, right? because I feel like there's this jumping into something. It's almost like a jumping back into something, trying to pick up where you guys left off, trying to grow some sort of foundation that you guys had already. I am feeling that more than anything. I am feeling that. And that, you know, the love call, and then, okay, you know, so much has happened, I missed you, da-da-da-da. But meanwhile, your energy is still with somebody else. That is what I have for you guys. I hope this was helpful or validating in some way. Thank you so much for joining me, guys. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.